Here's a sensory system parents and teachers wish they'd known about sooner. Part 2. The vestibular system. This sensory system starts receiving information when we're in utero. Using receptors in our ears, it's responsible for our sense of movement and balance, knowing where our body is in relation to gravity and where it's moving and how fast. It's also responsible for stabilising our eye movements. This stops our vision from wobbling when we're looking at things and helps us do things like gaze up at the stars. It helps us with our posture control, and when it's working properly, it accurately interprets information from the other senses and helps our brain respond appropriately and interpret things as safe or unsafe. When the system's underdeveloped or not working quite right, it interprets this information incorrectly. This makes our brain and body feel unsafe and affects our arousal levels, attention, and can trigger a fight or flight response in our nervous system. And ultimately, this affects how we learn and behave. Many people don't know that standing still or sitting still requires the highest level of balance, and our vestibular system is constantly sending signals to our muscles to make tiny micro adjustments, and this ensures we don't tip over and can maintain our posture. If you don't believe me, try this. Stand up straight and try and stay as still as possible. Next, close your eyes and notice how your body starts to sway slightly. Now, stand on one foot and feel the increased demand on your balance. This demonstrates the constant work our vestibular system is doing to maintain balance. To pay better attention, many kids rock or spin or jump or are constantly moving and fidgeting in their seat. And funnily enough, they can concentrate better doing all that movement than when we ask them to sit still. Because the vestibular system stabilises our eyes, they might have trouble tracking what they're reading and might frequently lose where they are on a page. They might benefit from aids to help them track their reading. Sadly, these kids often get in trouble for misbehaving or labelled as hyperactive, clumsy or inattentive. Children who are hypersensitive avoid vestibular input. They often get motion sickness, they can be claustrophobic, and they get scared by movements and can be triggered in survival responses by everyday activities such as PE, using playground equipment like the slide or swings, and playtimes in general can be very tricky for them. Children who are hyposensitive are the ones who seek out movement, constantly jumping, crashing, spinning and rocking. Unfortunately, children get less vestibular input than ever before. They have less physical play both at home and school, which means more and more children presenting with an underdeveloped vestibular system. So here are some ideas that you might want to try at home or at school, which will support your child. Using a wobble cushion for children who struggle sitting still, rolling and rocking on a gym ball, dancing games, particularly things like musical statues or action songs which cross the midline, which is just movements across your body. Yoga or stretches such as touching your toes, swimming. There are so many other ideas, jumping on a trampoline, riding a bike, playing it or doing an obstacle course. Comment with your favourite activities and follow Sarah Talks Trauma for more like this.